What up? It's the Tominator back with another one, and yep, you read the title right, my friends. I'm hoping it piqued your curiosity because to my knowledge, I haven't heard anybody make this comparison before, but I think you'll agree by the end of this video that that's actually pretty surprising considering just how similar these two really are. But first, I know what you're thinking. 7 reasons? How's this idiot going to come up with 7 different reasons Phil Heath is like LeBron James? Am I going to resort to some stupid shit like they're both black, work out, and play basketball? Well, let's just say that originally I was only going to mention 2 or 3 ways, but the more I thought about it, the more parallels kept coming to mind. And also, you guys know this channel is dedicated to bodybuilding, so don't worry if you don't know shit about basketball. I don't really expect you to, but hey man, stick around for these next few minutes and you just may learn a little something today. So reason number 1 is that they are number 1. Although, shit LeBron, don't try to go head to head with Heath and the crab most muscular, your lanky ass don't stand a chance, bro. But suffice it to say that both men are widely regarded as the best in the world right now at their respective professions, and this has been true for roughly the past 7 years. LeBron has been to 7 straight NBA Finals now, dating back to 2011, and true, he only won 3 of them, but keep in mind basketball is a team game, so you can't blame the losses all on him. On the contrary, in fact, because LeBron has pretty much always been the most valuable player on the floor for either team regardless of the outcome, so if his team loses, it's usually because the supporting cast wasn't good enough. Likewise, Phil is about to capture his 7th straight Mr. Olympia, the first of which also dates back to 2011. And yes, I am going on record saying he will repeat this year as champion. Now, granted, he hasn't yet, and anything could happen come September. I mean, he could get sick again, like what happened in 2009, and lose 10 pounds of muscle, or tear his bicep at the last minute. Hell, he could get hit by a bus, who knows. But these scenarios are highly unlikely, so I'm giving him about a 90% chance to repeat this year, and I think that's actually a conservative estimate because barring some freak accident, he's going to win again. Make no mistake about it. Yeah, even at 75 to 80%, Phil Heath is good enough to beat pretty much anybody else at 100%. That's how far ahead of the pack he is right now. Reason number 2, both were exceptional right out of the gate. So even back in high school, LeBron was already drawing comparisons to Michael Jordan, whereas Phil Heath was being hailed as the next Flex Wheeler pretty much as soon as he started bodybuilding. So these two were always destined for greatness, it was just a matter of time, and turns out not much time at that, because it only took them a few short years to make it to the very top. James led a squad of nobodies to the finals in just his 4th season in 2007, and Phil was already placing runner-up on bodybuilding's biggest stage in 2010, just 5 years after turning pro, and then winning it the very next year against a far more seasoned and experienced 4-time Mr. Olympia in Jay Cutler. Reason number 3 is that they are both easily some of the most gifted athletes in their respective sports. LeBron being one of, if not the, most athletic and physically dominant small forwards we've ever seen, and Phil Heath being unquestionably one of the most genetically gifted bodybuilders ever. I mean, hell, why do you think they nicknamed him the Gift? In fact, I had him way up on my list of the most genetically gifted bodybuilders of all time, so you can go check that one out if you're interested and haven't already. On a related note, reason number 4 is that each is probably the most complete athlete in their sport's history. LeBron James is arguably the best all-around basketball player ever, along with Magic Johnson, because he can do it all. Shoot, drive, drain threes, post up, dunk, pass, rebound, get steals, block shots, you name it. And he just generally makes everyone around him better. And just like LeBron doesn't have a bad facet to his game, Phil doesn't have a bad facet to his body. And what I mean by that is that he is the most complete bodybuilder in history when you break it down from head to toe, body part by body part, because he really doesn't have any weak muscle groups. However, neither man is flawless, of course. Both guys do have a couple of weak points that their detractors love to bring up again and again. In LeBron's case, it's his lack of killer instinct and not being able to make the big-time shots in the last 2 minutes when the game is on the line, instead usually electing to pass to his teammates, which some people see as a sign of weakness. And the argument against Phil, as you probably all know, is his gut and his narrow frame. So these criticisms are valid, neither guy is perfect after all, but in both cases I think these flaws are somewhat over-exaggerated for the simple reason that nobody can think of anything else to knock them for. Which brings me to my next point and reason number 5, which is that they're both unfairly criticized and undermined on the basis of their somewhat lackluster competition. For instance, it's been well established that LeBron has an easy route to the finals every year by playing in an extremely shallow Eastern Conference. And this has been a historic issue with the NBA for the past couple of decades at least, where, for whatever reason, the teams in the West tend to be much better than the teams in the East, allowing a transcendent superstar like LeBron James to typically breeze through the first couple rounds of the playoffs. Many people would argue Phil doesn't have very tough competition either, at least certainly not in comparison to someone like Dorian Yates, who had to go through all those elite Hall of Fame bodybuilders like Flex Wheeler, Kevin Levrone, Sean Ray, etc. But despite their lesser competition, I don't really think that this diminishes their individual greatness all that much, considering how absolutely dominant they are. I mean, I think that they stack up pretty well no matter who you compare them to. Reason number 6 is that both these guys can be arrogant at times. And for once, I think words actually speak louder than actions, so let's take a look at some video footage of them talking.
But we also know you three kings came down here to win championships. Not one, championships.
Not two.
LeBron, tell us about that.
Not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, not 7.
Nah, I feel confident because I'm the best player in the world. That's simple.
I like to tread on the cockiness, confidence line. And you kind of have to be that way when you want to really succeed. People are going to misunderstand you because you want to be the best. Never apologize for being successful. Never. I was being interviewed not too long ago and they said, Philip, how many Mr. Olympias do you want to win? Because it looks that you're going to just spank them this September in Vegas. And I said, I want to win 10. You're like, oh, 10? I was like, yeah. You don't get to tell me what my goals are. You just don't. You can say it, and I'm not going to allow it to penetrate my consciousness. So you're damn right. I said I'm going to win 10.
I'm fucking coming. And I'm coming ready.
Line these guys up, I kill them every year. I slay them all down. Line them up, I kill them.
Every year some fucking moron says you can't win.
And probably largely as a result of that cocky attitude, one final parallel to draw here is that just like LeBron, Phil has a lot of fans, but also a ton of haters. So that's reason number 7. People love to hate on the best and root for the underdog, especially when the champ comes across like he's full of himself. And I'll be the first to admit, I've cut up Phil multiple times in the past, and I don't really like the direction his physique is going. But that said, I still think he's the best there is at this point in time, and truth be told, he's one of my top 5 favorite bodybuilders ever. But whether you love him or hate him, the fact is both James and Heath have the chance to go down as the greatest of all time when it's all said and done. Especially in Phil's case, if he can reach his goal of 10 Mr. Olympias, it would make it very difficult not to crown him the GOAT if he's able to eclipse the record and attain 2 more Sandowns than even Ronnie Coleman or Lee Haney. It's sad to say, but I think a lot of people will only recognize and truly appreciate the greatness of these 2 incredible athletes once they retire. Alright, well, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this one and found it interesting. I know I had fun making it, and let me know in the comments below what you think. As always, feel free to leave a like and subscribe for more, and until next time, I'm the Tominator, signing off, and I'll be back.